Welcome back to Afternoon Break. Well, through the Hockey Fights Cancer Initiative, players, coaches, fans, and more come together to inspire hope and courage for those who are living with and moving past cancer. I sat down with a local member of our hockey community here in the Coastal Empire to chat about his fight against cancer. Each year, the hockey community unites as one to support cancer patients and their families. For one patient close to the Ghost Pirates family, Brandon Rybak, he knows all too well the cancer does not discriminate and can catch you off guard at any moment.
Started with a pain in my back that took me to the ER for what we thought was just a kidney stone. And unfortunately, it turned out to be something way worse. They did the ultrasound, full body scan. They found out was stage 3 testicular cancer. With something like that, you don't really know how a significant other is going to react. Our lives were going to be changed.
What advice would you give to someone who is struggling with finding courage, with overcoming something that has just leveled them?
Really staying positive and staying focused on beating what is in front of you. People need to go to the doctor, because I felt off, but I just started working here. It was things like back pain. And then you realize, well, maybe if I had just gone to the doctor, I wouldn't be sitting here. Maybe they could have just cut it out. It wouldn't have spread to my kidneys. There wouldn't be all those other medical issues that if I had just went to the doctor. And you don't know until you go. And don't be afraid to go. And the most important thing is go, because you can't, all those other things that you're worried about aren't gonna be here if you're not healthy.
How has your perspective on life shifted? How have you resolved to live differently since you got this diagnosis?
A lot of things don't matter like they used to. I lost my brother a few years ago, and that was, really hard on the whole family, and especially my parents losing a child, and then to have another one diagnosed with something like this. I think I didn't have the right balance when this all started, and I know when I come back to being normal that is going to be a continued struggle to find the good balance of things that matter and things that don't. The world is a crazy place, and I don't think people are nice enough to each other. And you really see that in just about everywhere. But I tell you where people are super, super nice to each other. When I'm sitting there in the chemo room, everybody is the exact same in there. And that's one of the things that I've definitely taken away from that.
What's one thing you've discovered about yourself during this process? Something that surprised you?
I was not nearly as devastated as I thought I would be if I was ever in this situation. And I think that comes back to me just kind of getting mad about it. And it pumped you up. It made you more
of a fighter.
Yeah.
Battle.
And it was, you think about, oh, you'd be devastated. This would be the worst possible thing. And then it happens to you and you realize, well, it's not necessarily the end of the world. I just have to deal with it. I've been way more positive and way more, ready, I guess, to fight than I thought I would be.
What is the most important thing to you right now?
You don't realize how much we take for granted until until everything just stops working. Getting back healthy and just treating my body a little better than I did the first time.
Gratitude is one of the best ways to combat fear. What are you most grateful for right now?
Honestly, 2 things. My wonderful, wonderful family and my wonderful girlfriend. She's really one of the strongest people that has really helped me a lot. And then of course my parents. And they've really helped so much with everything.
Really what it comes down to is harvesting those relationships.
Absolutely, I think that's a great way to say it. I think, when you get stuck in a situation where everything kind of goes bad, you realize who's there for you, and you realize that those are the things that matter.
What gives you hope?
When you turn on the TV and you see somebody else has beaten it. When somebody reaches out and says, you got this. When the countless number of people here are constantly saying, can't wait to have you back, we miss you, we're gonna be here. And you look around and you just realize that people love you, and it just makes me so thankful and so happy. All those things, make you hopeful and make you think that you can do this.
So you're in a dream. and you meet your pre-diagnosis self, what do you tell him?
I tell him go to the doctor, get that checked out, and I'd also tell him that it's gonna suck, but you're gonna be okay.
Challenges definitely grow our character, right? So there's a reason for this season. What you're learning is so invaluable, as difficult as it is. What is your motto in life?
Just no matter what the situation is, just stay positive. Something like this happens, avoid that freak out, because that was miserable.
Foundation of fear.
Yeah.
Sure.
You just have to stay positive.
If you could pick 3 words that would describe how you would like to be remembered, what would those 3 words be?
Happy, inviting, and then friendly. You know, it doesn't take a lot to be a nice person, and that matters probably more than anything.
And couldn't we all benefit from this perspective? That even at our lowest point, kindness and love always win. It just starts with resolving to stay positive. I love his story, and he is just fighting, and it just caught him so off guard, and he's just been so strong, and just honored to get to know him in that process.
Yeah, what an incredible individual. It humbles me, amazes me every time you see people going through what could be, what likely is one of the lowest points, one of the roughest points that they'll ever experience, that most of us may never experience, and to see, stay positive, smile. He says it wasn't, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, how humbling is that?
It so is, and we only got to touch on it for a second. This was a 30-minute interview.
Yeah.
People don't know we have to cut this down into such a small piece, but his family, they lost his brother too. So his family has just been under so much fire, and just the trials they're going through, and these are the kind of stories that just matter, is telling their story. So
yeah, and he's got a great story. It's not
Great
over
support.
yet. That's
right.
another one I'm looking forward to
Yes.
seeing how this one goes.
That's right.
Where everybody seems to be in his corner, and his attitude's carrying the way.
That's right.
Well, hey, we got a little more after.